All right, so a couple of things I wanted to just make you aware. So when you're buying these rolls of film, the one I typically get is this Ultra Max. There's different ones that have like a little bit of like, I guess you can say filters or presets on them. So this one just brings out the color a little bit more. This one here, you're gonna see it says 36. I wonder if we can. Okay, it says 36 up here, and it has a number 400. Okay, so 36 means for how many shots you have on the roll. So you have 36 shots. 400 signifies the ISO. What that means it's just more about like what time of day this is typically used for. So 400 is typically used for like morning to like afternoon, not so much for night shots. So if you're gonna try to take it out at night, it won't work too much. So typically for the day. Okay. The camera here, you'll see that it says 400. If you ever try to buy a roll of film that is different, maybe you'll see 200, maybe you'll see 800, you can go ahead and change that. You're gonna lift this dial up, and then you can go ahead and change it. Let's say it's 800. There it is. Let's say if you want to go down to 200, there it is. Okay. The other thing about this camera is this here is for shutter speed. So you'll see these numbers like 60, 125, 250, 500, and 1000. That just really means how fast you want the camera to go ahead and close its lenses, essentially. In other words, it just means that, let's say you're trying to take pictures that someone's moving. If the lower that you have this, the more blur that person's gonna be. So like if the person's running and you have this set to 125, that person's gonna look like a blur, okay? If you have it set to 1000, you'll be able to catch that person in that movement, all right? I typically leave it at 1000, so I'm gonna leave this already set up for you. So 400 because of the roll of film, 1000 because that's just typically what I shoot on. On the lens itself, you'll see some numbers too. You see that the one closest to the camera moves. This is what it's called aperture. So maybe you can see this on your like iPhone or what type of camera you have, but so this means if like, let's say I'm standing in front of the camera and you want to take a picture of me, but you want everything else blurred out in the back, right? Then you're just gonna leave it around 2.8 or 4. If you want to make sure everything is focused, you want to just go ahead and open it the most that it has. So, okay. So again, if you want just more of the person to be in focus and everything else have a blur to it, then you would just leave it around 2.8 or 4. That's where I typically leave it. All right. And then this here, this is how you focus or keep the picture in focus. You'll see once you look through the viewfinder, if it's clear, if it's not. The numbers here, you know, like 1.75 to 3.5, that just means how far away that subject is. And you'll see here, FT is in green or feet away, M is for meters. So, and there you are. So I'm quickly going to show you how to actually load a roll of film into the camera. So this is mine. It's just a one-step model of yours. Here's the SRT 101. This is the 201. So very, very similar. Okay. So you notice here in that little peephole there, it's going to say S. That's just the start of the roll. So what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and actually lift this up. And again, we're going to go ahead and actually pop this up. So that's going to open the back. Okay. I like to set my camera just kind of on the lens, right? We're gonna go ahead and open this roll of film. All right. And how this is gonna look, you can see that it has like a little pop here. We're gonna go ahead and face it this way, and this roll is gonna go that way. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and place it in here, and you might have to lift this up here. So as you can see, there's this little like prong in the here. You just have to lift it so it can just fit. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and pull, so we can just take some, and there's gonna be like a spool here, right? And we want to just place some of it in there like that. And this might feel stuck. You can go ahead and just press on it really quick. Like if you take a picture, what you want to do is spool it all the way back so it locks the film in here. And then that's pretty much it. Then you just have to go ahead and close it. And then for here, you may feel like it can't go all the way down. You just have to move it circular until it just pops right back in. And there it is. So you're ready for your first shot. So I just wanted to show you how to unload a film once you're done. So you'll see here at the top, right? It says 36. So once you put a new roll in, it'll start and it says the letter S, just to signify that's the start of the roll. Every time you take a shot, the number will go up until 36. Once you reach that, the roll is finished. What you first want to do is you're going to press this little button here at the bottom. So on the right side of the camera, there's going to be a little button, and you hit a little click. All right. The next step is you're going to pull on this little lever here. All right. And there's going to be a little symbol here in what direction you're going to go ahead and start to rotate. All right. So you're just going to keep doing this. So this is what you're doing, so you can go ahead and actually rewind the roll of film back in its canister. You just have to keep going until you feel like a tug. You'll feel like I almost get stuck. And then you just want to do it a couple more times. So that was that little tug if you hear it. And this should feel really, really loose. Okay. And once you're doing that, you're actually going to lift this up. Give it a second. All right. And then you're going to have to lift it up one more time. You actually pull it up. And that's going to pop up the back. Okay. And there's your roll. You can pop this out. So sometimes you might have to like put it down and pull this up and then pull it out. So and there you are. And then you can put this down and